You can lower your blood pressure 30 points in 30 days without any medication whatsoever. I'm going to share 6 strategies with you today that will drop your blood pressure naturally. Most cardiologists focus on prescribing medications. I focus on fixing the root causes. I've watched thousands of patients bring their blood pressure from dangerous levels down to normal ranges without ever starting blood pressure medication. Here's what you need to understand. Your high blood pressure isn't a medication deficiency, it's a lifestyle excess. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what to change. Let me ask you something. Have you been told your blood pressure is elevated? Maybe you're already on medication, but it's not working as well as it should. Maybe you've been warned that if your numbers don't come down, you'll need to start taking pills for the rest of your life. What if I told you that most high blood pressure is completely reversible? What if the reason your blood pressure is high has nothing to do with genetics and everything to do with 5 specific things you're doing every single day? I'm going to prove it to you right now. Here's what frustrates me about how we treat high blood pressure in this country. Someone comes in with blood pressure of 140 over 90. The doctor prescribes a medication, the patient takes it, the blood pressure comes down a little, the doctor adds another medication, then another. Pretty soon the patient is on 3 or 4 blood pressure medications and still isn't at goal. Nobody asks why the blood pressure went up in the first place. And here's what really concerns me. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. You feel fine while it's quietly damaging your arteries, your heart, your brain, your kidneys. Then one day, it's not silent anymore. Heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, heart failure. Think about the next 20 years. If your blood pressure stays elevated, you're 3 times more likely to have a heart attack, 7 times more likely to have a stroke. Your risk of developing dementia doubles. Your kidneys slowly fail. Your heart enlarges and weakens. That's not the future you want, so let's change it right now. Strategy number 1: eliminate the sodium bomb. Most people think they don't eat much salt. They're wrong. The average American consumes 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day. The ideal amount, 1,500 milligrams. You're eating more than twice what your body can handle. And that excess sodium is driving your blood pressure through the roof. Here's the physiology. Sodium attracts water. When you eat excess sodium, it pulls water into your bloodstream. More fluid in your blood vessels means more pressure against the vessel walls. Your blood pressure goes up. It's that simple. But here's what nobody tells you. 90% of the sodium in your diet doesn't come from your salt shaker. It comes from processed and restaurant foods. That's the sodium bomb. Let me give you an example. A frozen dinner that claims to be healthy. 1,800 milligrams of sodium. 1 meal, more than your entire daily limit. 2 slices of bread, 400 milligrams. A can of soup, 2,000 milligrams. Restaurant pasta, 3,000 milligrams. You're not salting your food too much. You're eating foods that are preloaded with massive amounts of hidden sodium. I had a patient, Robert, 62 years old, whose blood pressure was 155 over 95. He was about to start medication. I asked him to keep a food diary for 1 week. He was consuming over 4,000 milligrams of sodium daily. Frozen meals, restaurant food, deli meat, canned soup, bread, cheese. We eliminated processed foods completely. We focused on whole foods prepared at home. Within 3 weeks, his blood pressure dropped to 130 over 80. Within 6 weeks, 122 over 78. Normal, no medication. Your action step. For the next 30 days, eat nothing that comes in a package, box, bag, or can, unless it has 1 ingredient. Chicken, broccoli, rice, eggs, fish, potatoes, that's it. If it has a nutrition label with more than 1 ingredient, don't eat it. Cook your own food. Season with herbs and spices instead of salt. Use lemon, garlic, pepper, cumin, basil, oregano. Your taste buds will adapt within 2 weeks. This single change can drop your blood pressure 15 to 20 points. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. Strategy Tertato. Fix your potassium deficiency. While everyone focuses on sodium, almost nobody talks about potassium. That's a massive mistake. Your body needs a specific ratio of sodium to potassium. Ideally, you should consume twice as much potassium as sodium, but the average American does the opposite. They consume twice as much sodium as potassium. This imbalance is destroying your blood pressure. Here's why potassium matters. Potassium helps your kidneys excrete excess sodium. It also relaxes your blood vessel walls, allowing them to dilate. When your blood vessels dilate, blood flows more easily. Pressure drops. When you're potassium deficient, your blood vessels constrict. Your kidneys hold onto sodium. Your blood pressure goes up, and almost everyone is potassium deficient. The recommended daily intake of potassium is 4,700 milligrams. Most people get less than half that amount. This deficiency is a major driver of high blood pressure. I worked with a woman, Patricia, 57, who'd been on blood pressure medication for 8 years. Her pressure was controlled, but she wanted off the medication. We checked her potassium intake. She was getting about 2,000 milligrams daily, less than half what she needed. We focused on potassium-rich foods, avocados, spinach, sweet potatoes, bananas, white beans, salmon. Within 4 weeks, her blood pressure started dropping. We gradually reduced her medication under close monitoring. After 12 weeks, she was completely off medication with blood pressure of 118/76. Your action step: eat at least 3 potassium-rich foods every single day. Here's your list. 1 medium avocado, 1,000 milligrams. 3 cups cooked spinach, 800 milligrams. 1 large sweet potato, 900 milligrams. 1 cup white beans, 1,000 milligrams. 6 ounces salmon, 800 milligrams. 3 medium bananas, 1,200 milligrams. Pick 3, eat them daily. Track your intake for 1 week using a free app. Make sure you're hitting 4,700 milligrams every day. Your blood pressure will respond within 2 to 3 weeks. This isn't optional. This is essential. Strategy. Number 3. Move your body 30 minutes daily. Exercise is the most underutilized blood pressure medication in existence, and it's completely free. Here's what happens when you exercise. Your blood vessels release nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a powerful vasodilator. It relaxes the smooth muscle in your arterial walls. Your arteries dilate. Blood flows more easily, pressure drops. But the benefits go beyond the immediate effects. Regular exercise remodels your cardiovascular system. Your heart becomes more efficient. It pumps more blood with each beat. Your resting heart rate decreases. Your blood vessels become more flexible. Your blood pressure drops and stays down. The research is crystal clear. Moderate aerobic exercise, walking, cycling, swimming, can lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 8 points. That's equivalent to some blood pressure medications, and resistance training adds another 3 to 5 points of reduction. But most people don't exercise consistently. They start, they stop, they never develop the habit, and their blood pressure stays elevated. I had a patient, Michael, 64, with blood pressure of 148/92. He was sedentary, worked a desk job, spent evenings on the couch. I didn't tell him to run marathons. I told him to walk for 30 minutes every morning before work. He resisted at first, too busy, too tired. I was direct with him. You can walk 30 minutes now, or you can spend 30 minutes in a cardiologist's office managing your heart attack later. Your choice. He started walking every single morning. No excuses. Within 2 weeks, his blood pressure dropped to 138 over 86. Within 6 weeks, 128 over 80. Within 12 weeks, 122 over 76. Normal range, still walking every morning. Your action step: commit to 30 minutes of movement every single day. Not 3 times a week, not when you feel like it. Every day. Walk, bike, swim, dance, lift weights, do yoga. The specific activity doesn't matter. The consistency does. Schedule it. Put it in your calendar. Treat it like a doctor's appointment you cannot miss. Because it is. You're treating your blood pressure. Do this for 30 days straight. Your blood pressure will drop 5 to 10 points. Your cardiovascular system will thank you. Strategy. 4. Manage your stress response. Chronic stress is silently destroying your blood vessels. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones trigger your fight or flight response. Your heart rate increases. Your blood vessels constrict. Your blood pressure spikes. That's normal for acute stress. But modern life creates chronic stress. Work deadlines, financial pressure, relationship problems, traffic, news, social media. Your stress response is activated constantly. Your blood pressure stays elevated. Over time, this damages your arterial walls and keeps your pressure high even when you're not actively stressed. The research shows that chronic stress can raise blood pressure by 10 to 20 points. Stress management can bring it back down, but most people don't manage stress. They live with it, they accept it as normal, and their blood pressure suffers. I worked with a lawyer, David, 55, with blood pressure of 145 over 95. High stress job, long hours, poor sleep, always rushing, always anxious. He was heading toward a medication. I taught him one simple technique: box breathing, 4 counts in, 4 counts hold, 4 counts out, 4 counts hold, 5 minutes twice daily, morning and evening. He was skeptical. I don't have time for meditation. I told him it wasn't meditation. It was blood pressure medicine. He tried it. Within 1 week he noticed he felt calmer. Within 3 weeks his blood pressure was 132 over 84. Within 2 months, 124 over 78. Your action step: practice box breathing twice daily. 5 minutes each session. Set a timer. Sit quietly. 4 counts in through your nose. Hold for 4 counts. 4 counts out through your mouth. Hold for 4 counts. Repeat. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It counteracts the stress response. It lowers your blood pressure immediately and cumulatively. Also, identify your biggest stressor: work, finances, relationships. Take one concrete action this week to address it. Delegate a task. Have a difficult conversation. Create a budget. Taking control of your stressors reduces their physiological impact. Your blood pressure will drop 5 to 8 points within 1 month. Strategy 5. Lose the extra weight. Every pound of excess body weight increases your blood pressure. The relationship is direct and predictable. Here's the physiology. Excess body fat increases blood volume. More blood volume means more pressure in your vessels. Excess fat also releases inflammatory chemicals that damage your arterial walls and make them stiffer. Stiffer arteries mean higher blood pressure. The numbers are clear. For every 20 pounds of excess weight you carry, your systolic blood pressure increases by 5 to 10 points. Conversely, losing just 10 pounds can drop your blood pressure by 5 to 10 points. If you're carrying 40 pounds of excess weight, that's adding 10 to 20 points to your blood pressure. Lose that weight and your pressure drops proportionally. This is one of the most powerful interventions available. But most people don't lose weight because they approach it wrong. They try fad diets. They restrict calories to unsustainable levels. They lose weight temporarily and gain it back. Their blood pressure yo-yos along with their weight. I had a patient, Susan, 59, with blood pressure of 152/96. She was 50 pounds overweight. We didn't put her on a diet. We focused on whole foods, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, reasonable portions, nothing extreme, sustainable. She lost 12 pounds in the first month. Her blood pressure dropped to 138/88. She lost another 10 pounds the second month. Pressure dropped to 128/82. After 6 months, she'd lost 38 pounds. Her blood pressure was 118/74. Normal. Stable. Your action step: create a 500-calorie daily deficit. That equals 1 pound lost per week. In 30 days, you'll lose about 4 pounds. That's 4 to 8 points off your blood pressure. How do you create the deficit? Half from eating less, half from moving more. Cut 250 calories from your diet. A soda, a snack, smaller portions at dinner. Burn 250 calories through movement. A 30-minute walk burns about 250 calories. Track your weight weekly. If you're not losing about 1 pound per week, adjust. Eat a bit less or move a bit more. Your blood pressure will improve proportionally to your weight loss. This is guaranteed. Strategy. Server 6. Eliminate the blood pressure destroyers. There are 3 substances that sabotage blood pressure more than anything else: alcohol, caffeine, and added sugar. Most people consume all 3 daily. Your blood pressure doesn't stand a chance. Alcohol. More than 2 drinks per day raises blood pressure by 5 to 10 points. Alcohol increases cortisol. It disrupts sleep. It causes dehydration. All of these elevate blood pressure. If you drink daily, your blood pressure is higher because of it. Caffeine. A single cup of coffee can temporarily raise blood pressure by 5 to 15 points. If you drink coffee multiple times daily, you're keeping your pressure elevated all day long. Some people metabolize caffeine poorly and experience even larger spikes. Added sugar. Excess sugar increases insulin levels. High insulin causes sodium retention. Sodium retention raises blood pressure. Added sugar also increases inflammation and damages blood vessels. The average American consumes 17 teaspoons of added sugar daily. That's driving blood pressure up and keeping it there. I worked with a construction worker, James, 51, whose blood pressure was 147/93. He drank 4 cups of coffee daily, had 3 beers most evenings, ate sugary snacks throughout the day. We eliminated all 3 for 30 days. He experienced caffeine withdrawal for 3 days, headaches, fatigue, but he pushed through. After 1 week, his blood pressure was 136/86. After 2 weeks, 129/81. After 30 days, 121/76. He dropped his blood pressure 26 points by eliminating 3 substances. Your action step: for the next 30 days, eliminate or dramatically reduce these 3. Alcohol. Limit to 3 drinks per week maximum, or eliminate completely for faster results. Caffeine. Stop or switch to decaf. If you must have caffeine, limit to 1 cup before noon. Added sugar. Read labels. Avoid anything with more than 5 grams of added sugar per serving. No soda, no juice, no sweetened coffee drinks, no desserts, no candy. This is challenging. These substances are addictive. You'll experience withdrawal. Push through. After 2 weeks, you won't miss them, and your blood pressure will be 15 to 20 points lower. The transformation. Now let me tell you what happens when you implement all 6 strategies simultaneously. Week 1. You eliminate processed foods and cut sodium. You start eating potassium-rich foods. Your blood pressure drops 8 to 12 points. You feel less bloated. Your energy improves. Week 2. You're walking 30 minutes daily. You're practicing box breathing. Your stress response is better controlled. Your blood pressure drops another 5 to 8 points. You're sleeping better. Week 3, you've lost 3 to 4 pounds. You've eliminated alcohol, caffeine and sugar completely. The withdrawal symptoms are gone. Your blood pressure is dropping steadily. You notice you're not getting afternoon energy crashes anymore. Week 4. All 6 strategies are now habits. Your blood pressure has dropped 20 to 30 points from where you started. Your doctor is amazed. You feel better than you have in years. Week 8. You've lost 8 to 10 pounds. Your blood pressure is consistently in the normal range. You have more energy. You're sleeping through the night. Your thinking is clearer. People comment that you look healthier. This is what I've seen happen hundreds of times. Not with medication, not with expensive treatments. With 6 fundamental lifestyle changes that address the root causes of high blood pressure. Final thoughts. I want you to imagine something with me. It's 5 years from now. You never implemented these strategies. You kept eating processed foods high in sodium. You stayed sedentary. You continued drinking daily. Your stress went unmanaged. You didn't lose weight. Where is your blood pressure now? You're on 3 medications, maybe 4. Your pressure still isn't controlled. You've had a cardiovascular event. Maybe a small stroke. Maybe a heart attack. Your kidneys are showing signs of damage. Your quality of life has declined dramatically. Now imagine the alternative. You started today. You made these 6 changes. You stayed consistent. It's 5 years later, and your blood pressure has been normal for years. You're not on any medication. Your cardiovascular system is healthy. Your risk of heart attack and stroke has dropped by 70%. You feel energetic, strong, confident. Which future do you want? The choice is entirely yours. But I'll tell you this, I've given you the exact protocol that has worked for thousands of my patients. It's evidence-based, it's proven, it's powerful, but none of that matters if you don't implement it. So here's what I want you to do right now before this video ends. Before you get distracted, choose one strategy, just one. Start today. Maybe you throw out all the processed food in your pantry. Maybe you buy potassium-rich foods at the grocery store today. Maybe you set your alarm 30 minutes earlier tomorrow to walk before work. Maybe you download a box breathing app right now. Maybe you step on the scale and commit to losing 1 pound per week. Maybe you pour out the alcohol in your house. Pick one, start there, add the others as you build momentum. Your blood pressure can normalize. I've seen it too many times to doubt it. But your cardiovascular system needs you to give it the conditions for healing. And those conditions start right now. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs it. There are millions of people with high blood pressure who think medication is their only option. Show them there's another way. And if you want more strategies like this, evidence-based medicine that actually addresses root causes, subscribe to this channel. I post new videos every week. Your heart carried you this far. Now it's your turn to take care of it.